Hey everyone! In this video, we'll be doing the ELA lesson from April 28th. And what we're doing today is we're getting started with our animal research project, which is a great project because we get to do it both in language arts and also in science. So it's going to be great. Make sure that you stay up to date with the assignments though, because each assignment that we do is going to kind of build on other ones. So for example, today we're writing our introductory paragraph for our paper, and tomorrow in science we're going to start taking notes about our animals, and then tomorrow in language arts we're going to write another paragraph about what we learned about our animal. So you kind of see how there's like a back and forth where we have to do science before we can do our language arts. So make sure that you're staying up to date. If you get confused, make sure that you read the assignment notes in LMS under each day, and I'll kind of give you a little summary of what you need to do. So today in language arts, like I said, we will be writing our introductory paragraph, which just means it's the first paragraph of our paper, where we're gonna get our readers interested about our animals, and we want to encourage them to read more of our paper. And I will teach you how to do that, but before we get started, let's make sure we have the supplies that we need. Of course, you'll need your pencil. I really want you to have your KWL chart. This is something that you worked on last week. You had to write a couple of things that you already know about your animal, and I wanted you to write a few things that you want to learn about your animal. My animal is the emperor penguin, so that's the one that I'll be doing. If you don't have this, I know that there's a couple people who said they couldn't find it. I just want you to take a minute to write down a couple facts that you already know about your animal, because this will help us write our introduction. So we need this page. We also need this page that says paragraph 1, and it says introduction. So this is what we're going to be working with today. I'm going to go through it and I'm going to show you what it would look like for my animal. And I actually want you to follow along and write your paragraph as I write mine. So get these things and then we'll get started writing together. All right, folks, so you see I have my supplies here. I have my KWL chart, I have my introduction paragraph page, and I have my pencil, so I am ready to get started. Okay, let's take a look at this paragraph 1 introduction page. I noticed that there's 2 parts that are written here on the page, and then another part that I added at the end. So this is going to be the formula of how we write this first paragraph. So let's read the first part. The first part says, write an interesting fact or a surprising question to hook your reader. Think about a hook, like maybe a shepherd's hook, how you want to grab somebody and pull them in. That's what we want to do with our introduction. We want to grab our readers and pull them into our paper so they want to keep reading more and more. So where can we find an interesting fact or a surprising question about our animal? That's where we come and look at our KWL chart. We want to use a fact that we already know to get our readers interested. So for me, with the emperor penguin, 2 things that I already know. Number 1, it's the world's largest penguin. And the second thing I know is that it lives in Antarctica. So if you don't have 2 facts, you do need to find 2 facts, because we're going to take these and use them here as our hook. So the way I like to get started is I'm going to ask my reader a question. I'm going to ask them a question. Because everybody is a little bit of a different writer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 2 different hooks, 2 different beginning sentences that you could use for your research paper. So after you've watched this video, you can pick the one that you like more, and you can use the information about your animal to write your hook. So the first hook that I'm going to write is I'm going to ask my reader this question. I'm going to say, did you know that the emperor penguin is the world's largest penguin? because now I have my reader thinking. Maybe they thought the world's largest penguin was a different penguin, or maybe they just had no idea. See how in this opening sentence, I'm making my reader interested. They're saying, I didn't know that. Or maybe they're saying, oh, I did know that, but that's a cool fact. So notice how I just took a fact that I already knew and I wrote it in a question form. Did you know that the emperor penguin is the world's largest penguin? Okay, another way that you could start your introduction is you could make your reader guess what animal you are writing about. So I could say, which penguin is the world's tallest penguin? And it's going to make my reader think, isn't it? Which penguin is the world's largest penguin? And if I'm asking this question, then I also want to give the answer. I'm going to say, it's the emperor penguin. So, two options. Ask my reader a question, try to make them guess, or ask my reader if they already know a fun fact about my animal. The next thing I'm going to do is move down to the body of my paragraph, where I tell the reader which animal I researched and why I chose it. So I'm going to say, I chose to research the emperor penguin because, for me, I chose to research the emperor penguin because I've been interested in penguins since I was a young girl. For you, you might have a different reason. Maybe it's your favorite animal. Maybe it's an animal that you don't know much about and you want to learn more about. Maybe it's just a random animal that you chose. But what you want to do here is, in a complete sentence, tell the reader, why did you choose your animal? So for me, I chose to research the emperor penguin because I've been interested in penguins since I was young. So that's how the body of your paragraph should look. The last thing that we are going to do is we are going to write a closing sentence. And that means we need to wrap up this paragraph. We don't just want to stop here and then move on to our next topic. We kind of need to bring some closure to this paragraph. And a good way to do that is to get the reader looking forward to learning even more about your animal. So here's a couple of options. One thing we could say is, keep reading to learn more about your animal. I could say, keep reading to learn more about the emperor penguin. And I'm excited, so I'm going to put an exclamation point. I could also say, if you want to learn more information about the emperor penguin, keep reading. That's kind of like an invitation. We're inviting them to keep going into our research paper. So keep reading to learn more about the emperor penguin, or you could say, if you want to learn more, maybe I'll say more fun facts. Yeah, that makes my writing a little more interesting. If you want to learn more fun facts about the emperor penguin, I'm going to say keep reading. I'm excited about that too, so I'll use an exclamation point. So this is our paragraph. It doesn't look like a paragraph now because it's broken up into different sections, but in our final draft, when we put it all together, it's going to be very interesting. Let me read my introduction paragraph to you. Did you know that the emperor penguin is the world's largest penguin? I chose to research the emperor penguin because I've been interested in penguins since I was young. Keep reading to learn more about the emperor penguin. Or I could use my other hook. Which penguin is the world's largest penguin? It's the emperor penguin. Then I go back to my body and to my closing sentence. Folks, up here I wrote a little note, 4 sentences. Your paragraph should not have more than 4 sentences. We don't want to tell too many facts in this introduction. This is just to get our reader interested enough to keep going. So today your assignment is to write the introduction paragraph for your research paper. If you have questions, please let me know. I am here to help you, and I look forward to writing more with you tomorrow. Go Dolphins!